Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another Naked Truth. Trisha Hershberger here, your host of this show in the buff, right out of the shower, no makeup, to be as open and vulnerable and raw as possible for you guys, the Naked Army. Speaking of the Naked Army, thank you to Christopher, Jacob, Nathan, Pat, Jose, Kim, Kenny, Logan, Lawrence, and Julia, who all sent in their own Naked Truths on family and Thanksgiving. If you want to check those out, the link is to them is in the description below. I don't know why I can't talk today. So being that I can't talk, let's get into the topic. So today I was inspired by a question from a long time ago from Roperix, Rhoperix. I hope that I said your name correctly. Said, what's your favorite book and why? And that, combined with the fact that I got a chance to see an early screening of The Hobbit, Battle of Five Armies, made me think, this is it. This is the time to talk about everything I love, fantasy, and Dungeons and Dragons and all that kind of stuff. So my favorite book and why? Well, when I was younger, I would have told you that my favorite book was The Giver, because that was the first book that really made me think about things that I had never thought about before, and I loved that. But now, as an adult, this is a book that was in my top 3 my entire life, and right now is sitting at my number 1. You guessed it, The Hobbit. And it's my number 1 because I just absolutely love the story. I'm not going to say that it's the best writing in the entire world. It's just there's something about it that moves me. And it's something that kind of grabs me about all of fantasy. And I would say that the things that grab me about fantasy is in fantasy, whether it's movies or literature or, whatever it is, anything's possible there. The stakes are so much higher. The losses are greater. The magic is more magical. Like, everything is amped up, and I absolutely love that about it. The kind of amped up everything and the over dramaticism of everything is why I got into acting. I love things that make me feel deeper, and that's what fantasy does for me. That's why I like Dungeons and Dragons, because when you, as your character, die in Dungeons and Dragons, like, I don't know about you guys, and feel free to call me a big wuss, but I've cried over characters that have been the characters that I was for 2 years plus, and then they die, and that's really freaking sad. So I hope that there's a few of you out there that get that, and that I'm not alone in this. I also really like fantasy because often you'll see an underdog protagonist, which I know you've heard me mention before that one of my favorite quotes, and it's the quote I had above my bed in my old apartment, is, "It is the small everyday deeds of ordinary folk that keep the darkness at bay," and that's Gandalf said that in The Hobbit. And I love rooting for the underdog protagonist. It makes me feel like there are heroes out there among us, and we're all heroes in our own way, because it takes someone who at the beginning of the book, whether it's Harry Potter or Bilbo Baggins or Bastian in the Neverending Story, takes someone who seems very average, very ordinary, and they're able to do the extraordinary in the book. And I love seeing that come to life. I find that it's very inspiring. I also like fantasy because it's a big escape. And I personally like art, again, whether it's literature or movies or theater or whatever it may be, I like art that's an escape for me. I don't need to see more of real life. I get plenty of real life in my real life. And video games are included in that art when I'm listing different media types. I like art that lets me escape. And I know that there will be people out there, and I'm sure there's probably more of you out there that feel this way, and disagree with me a little bit on this, that fantasy is a good type of escape. I know that there's plenty of people that kind of side with the more Machiavellian, good does not conquer evil, evil conquers good, and that's just kind of a realistic way to look at life. And to that argument's credit, I have seen often in real life where people who step on other people and, people who use people do appear to get ahead more quickly. It's, like ruthless is the way to success. But in my heart, I just can't believe that that's true. So I love seeing these stories where, yes, there are great losses along the way. These aren't fairy tales where, oh, the good guy wins, the end. If good does conquer evil, which a lot of times it does, but not always. Take a look at Game of Thrones right now. But I like to believe still in the fan theories that will happen. No spoilers. Don't read fan theories if you don't want to know what people think is going to happen. I like to believe that while battles may be lost, overall, that the good side will win out. And yeah, like I said, there's going to be people out there that think that that's naive of me, but I like to believe that that will make people happier in the long run, and fighting for what you believe is good will be very difficult, but that it will win out in the end. So I guess my question to you guys is, does fantasy inspire you, or are you one of the people that kind of thinks it's a distraction or fluff, or gives society false hope and makes us think that life is going to be a lot easier than it is? So let me know your thoughts in the comments section. If you want to respond with your own naked vlog, you can go to the About section of this channel and click on For Business Inquiries. You guys are my business inquiries, so come on over. If you are going to send a naked vlog, though, when you're under 18, make sure you ask your parents. They don't wonder what you're doing sitting naked in front of a camera. And make sure that you film it shoulders up only, please. This is not a sexy time show. This is a show where you are vulnerable and open to the camera. So it's not a tool for the viewers to see you naked. It's a tool for you to feel naked, if that makes any sense. All right, well, thank you guys so much. And yeah, I hope that you get a chance to enjoy whatever fantasy or art it is that you enjoy. All right, bye, guys. Oh, and I forgot to show you too. I have Eye of Sauron nails.